Well, we're out here in Liberal, Kansas on lunch break today. Came across this Twin City. I don't know if this was a dredge or a drilling rig of some sort, but we'll get into some details. Here's a serial number on the engine. You can see that. 4-cylinder. I know it's seized up. I just tried turning it over. Pretty cool. I know there's people on here that are a lot more versed in these than I am, but it looks like it had a mast on it at one time. And here's dredging bucket, so it had to have been a dredge of some sort. Here's a couple of the links. It's got a little conveyor, probably where the dirt shot out. Must be a large trencher. See what's in the old toolbox. Nothing there. This right here says Link Belt Company. Yeah, they still make link belt. I wonder if this is a link belt trencher or something like that with a Twin City engine. It's definitely had some modifications on it. Maybe it had a different engine before. Unfortunately, the exhaust stack is off, so you know this engine's filled with water. Got the bag on there and the carburetor. Thought it was pretty neat. And I'm assuming over there is where you drive it. Let's go take a look at that. Gotta stand back here. Yep. It would appear show this, yeah, that bolt snapped off. I guess you just stood here and that's how you drove it. Don't know what this is. This is probably your clutch engagement. Interesting. Anybody knows anything about these, leave them in the comments. There's your starting handle. Look at them old repairs, baby. Woohoo, doggy. That's nice. Let's check out some of this other. Got this old case. Man, I've got to come out here for these guys, and I need to put something over this exhaust. You never know, someday somebody might try to unseize this thing. Try to do it some favors. There's a Oliver. Man, this is a nice tractor. It's got the cultivators on it. You know, it probably was restored at one time. It's even got that old school tread. That's cool. It's got newer stickers. Somebody went through this probably 50 years ago. I don't know. Be curious to see if it's seized up. Here's our serial number plate. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if these are Continental engines, not sure. These old Gleaners, they're scattered all across the country out here. Lots of them. Another Gleaner pull type. Missing quite a bit of parts. The old Leroy engine in it. Some threshing machines. There's a JI case one, pretty sure. Yep. Still got some of the original writing on it. I love that. I wonder, is this another case? I'm not sure. Yep, another case. This is at the Dorothy Museum in Liberal, Kansas. This one's actually got grease zerks on it. No grease cups. Maybe it's a later model. Now I want to say on this, it's not a thresher, I know that. This had to have been horse-drawn, I think. I bet you this was horse-drawn. I could be wrong. Obviously this just cut the sickle bar just cut the wheat, and it probably just went into a wagon, the whole stalk and all, and then they would take it to the threshing machine and thresh it. I'm trying to see where they would have hooked up to it at, but it's pretty interesting. Yeah, I like this stuff. I like to see it running, but you know, it's not really a fan of museums. I actually offered these guys some of my time to come down here. I'll show you this Model T over here, to actually get some of this stuff running. So I'll show you that. 2-disc plow. It's interesting, you don't see many of those. This wheel is pretty neat. Look at this. It's really pretty. Your old grinder. Your old corn grinder. IH, that's a nice one. Little love, she'll probably run. Here's the T I was talking about. This thing ran. I can tell by the way it's just sitting that it ran recently, probably within the last few decades. Let's see if it's seized up. Let's take a look. Nope. Look at that. Look at that. That's not seized. Oh yeah, she'll run. Yeah, look at that. That looks like something I would have done. Maybe I fixed this. The radiator hose seen better days. Still got the buzz coils on it. This got electric start. It's nice. Oh, look at that Buick. That's a Butte. Look at that. That's pretty. This would be a fun truck to get running. Look at them gauges. Oh man. Be a good daily driver. Let's take a look. It's complete. Look at the size of that. My gosh. I bet you it's not seized up. I bet you this is a runner too. Wow. Comment below if you know anything about these. Body by Fisher. Huh. Well, that's it. Guys. Well, we're out here in Dodge City. I'm on lunch break. Look what I came across. Excuse the wind noise. It's the geyser, the geezer. Not sure steam engine terminology, but I did get a little history on this, and this did spend its life out here near Dodge City, Kansas, threshing wheat. The owner of it's now grandfather was actually part owner of it at one time, and the threshing machine is still here for it. So let's check it out real quick. Pretty neat. Now, I don't know if you can identify if this is a straw burner firebox or if there's anything special about it, but you can see it. Looks like one of the flues is plugged off up there. Can't really tell. Pretty neat machine. Governor's still there. You can tell it's been in parades at one time. There's even a little bit of coal left in the bunker. Take a look over here at the firebox. from this angle. I like the water tanks, the saddle tanks here. Pretty cool. Some crack on it. Pretty complete. Thought I'd share what I come across. Bull gear's in pretty good shape. It definitely was belted up a lot, more than driven. Big old welds there. Steering chain. Here's the thresher that went with that steam tractor. It's got rubbers on it, so that's been modernized, I guess. I'd like to know what brand it is. Here's a shell number. Hart Carter Company, Peoria, Illinois. You'll see a lot of threshing machines all over Kansas. However, you don't really see the steam engines and a lot of the old tractors that ran these, the big prairie tractors. I mean, I'm assuming back in the day you really had to have some money to own one of these, because this was top tier equipment at the time. I'm sure somebody can fill in the comments a little more info on this threshing machine, the specific model, maybe the year, but pretty cool. Here's the threshing grates. Here's the serial number. Hey guys, here at the first part of the video, I wanted to share with you that I did talk to the museum down there in Liberal, Kansas. Offered a little bit of my time to try to go through some of that stuff and at least preserve it from getting any worse. I do struggle a little with donations to museums as far as equipment, because I know there's collectors out there that would really love to have this stuff and actually restore it and preserve it. I've kind of seen quite a few museums just let things deteriorate, I guess, but you know, the stuff's donated, and a lot of the curators and managers, however it works, I mean, they really don't know. And that's the thing, if you know somebody that's older that has a collection, and you know, they need to try to, you know, sell it to a collector. Collectors are willing to buy the stuff versus, you know, it just kind of sitting outside and rotting. It's not done intentionally, I know that, but you know, there are quite a few nice pieces out there, like that Oliver 88. I'm sure you know, or Oliver 80. That would be pretty easy to fix up. But you know, the longer that stuff sits out there, the worse it gets. Water gets down in the engines, seizes them up, and it really doesn't do any favors. Now, the steam engine, on the other hand, that there's a family heirloom, I guess. That was in Dodge City, Kansas. I actually talked to the wife of the owner of that engine, and it did spend its life in western Kansas threshing wheat. I don't know much more about that. I would like to try to get some more information on it and try to share that with you guys. I don't know the last time it was fired, but I would assume within the last 20-30 years it was fired. It looked like the bottom of the firebox wasn't there. Somebody might be able to elaborate on that by looking at it. And I think it was missing the injector for the boiler, because there was a bunch of valves to the left or plumbing that didn't have anything to it, and I'm assuming that's the injector. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions or want to know more, leave it in the comments. And if you have any more information or want to share, put that down too. Appreciate you watching.